Hi friends, thanks for joining me today. We have a pair of wrap pants that need to be taken in. So let's get started. We are here in the costume shop today. It is Saturday. It is not a work day. I'm here because this is the start of Tech Week for the show that my daughter is in, fondly called Hell Week by those of us who know what it's like. So I brought a whole bunch of projects with me to keep me occupied while I am chaperoning my minor child in a play. But not really, because she can do a lot of this stuff without me needing to hang over her for every second of it. But one of those things that I brought with me is this pair of wrap pants. It is made out of linen, lovely, beautiful linen. Take a moment to deal with my perfect pattern matching at the center crotch. Very, very happy with how that came out. I love this linen. It's a beautiful piece of linen, but I didn't cut it for reasons, and I'm not entirely sure what possessed me, but for reasons I thought the entire width of the linen would be a beautiful flowy pant. And it is, except that the waistband is just entirely too large for my body. When I tie it on, because at first I thought, well, it doesn't really matter how long it is because I can just adjust the ties accordingly. But when I tie it, it ties right here, which means there is no room without bunching the pants fabric to go any smaller than that. Ooh, my microphone cord got caught on a thing. So I measured this out, and I need to take about 20 inches off of the front and back panels of wrap pants. So if you know how wrap pants work, you wrap around the back, wrap the back and tie it around the waist in the front, then you wrap the front and tie it around the waist in the back, and it's open on the sides, or some people can sew up the sides to a point, whichever you prefer. But this is just entirely too wide for my body. So I need to make it smaller, and I looked at it. And if I want to bring the front and back waistbands, I'm doing 18 inches and there's a decent amount of overlap. So the sides where my hips are is not going to be open to the world when the pants are fully tied together. This fabric is 38 inches wide. After all of the seams and hems and sewing it all together, it is entirely too long. So I need to take off 10 inches from either end. This is 10 inches. The easiest way I can think to do this is to just pick out the waistband here in enough for me to cut off. Well, if it's 10 inches, I cut off 9 inches, and then I have an inch to hem the long edge, and then re-sew the waistband. And we need to do it twice. Well, 4 times, because there's this end and this end on the back panel, and then there is this end and this end on the front panel. So that's the project. Oh no! All right, now I'm looking at it. I did put patch pockets here on the front, and I don't have 10 inches to work with on this side. I'm lining it up to the drafting table here. I have 5 inches to work with on either side of that. Okay, we're gonna have to do more thinking. Or we're going to have to completely remove the pockets, or we're just gonna take the front, not as much, so there'll be more overlap on the front to the back. It still needs to come in because I'm still tying right here. There's no wiggle room at all. But I think, so the pocket starts right here next to this stripe. So I think if I pull it in that much, I'll still have a little bit of room to play with. I'm going to have to before I start taking this apart, what I think the best way to do is to pin it up and try it on and see if the measurements I have in mind are going to work. Let's do that. Okay, I tried it on. I marked a little pin here where 10 inches in from each side would be, and that is a good place. But I'm going to chop it off basically right here at this panel and then hem that. It's going to end up being 7 inches taken off from either side, which isn't bad. There's still a bit more overlap there. On the front, I can't find the front. On the front, I'm going to take it to the edge of my pockets here. So I'm going to cut it off there and hem that. So this is going to come a little bit over as well. The pockets are still in a good position where they are, and I don't really want to move them because I'm not sure how moving the pockets over is going to make the fabric underneath it look that it's been sewn in. I don't want it to look like anything is pulled out there. So I don't really want to move the pockets. But I think that is going to make it a decent size. And let me see. So it'll be 7 inches off on the front and 1, 2, 3, 4.5 inches off. Try that again. 7 inches off either side on the back panel and 4.5 inches off on the front, which should still, it will provide me the coverage that I want, and it'll fit a lot better. So the plan is good. Pick out the waistband up until the point that I need, cut it off, hem it up on either side, reattach the waistband. Let's see how this goes.
I'm starting by picking out the waistband. I basically need to remove enough in so that I have room to cut away what I'm going to cut away and then to hem the side. Next, I'm just going to cut away the excess. One of the things that's great about working with this stripe linen is that I can cut next to a stripe and know that I am in a straight line.
Hey, sweetheart. Oh, are you done? Yes. I was just going to start sewing. Can I just do this one seam and then we can get going?
No, you can sew.
What are you going to do then?
Go out of this very, very hot room.
Is it very hot in here?
Yes.
All right, but then what?
I don't know.
All right, well, let me just do this one seam and then I'll come get you and we'll go, okay? and we are all done. So despite this project taking me 2 days to complete, because when I sat down the other day to get started sewing, rehearsal suddenly ended even though there was supposed to be another hour of it. So I did not get to finish it that day, so I had to come back the next day and finish it. It was really quick. It's a little interesting. Let me show you. So this is the front panel with the pocket. I don't think you can see the pocket. There's the pocket there. This is the front panel with the pocket. It's quite a bit longer than the back panel. So my back panel ends here and then the front panel extends a little bit because I really didn't want to move those pockets. They're just in a great location for me, but it's fine. It fits fine. I'm really glad I took the time to do this because now I can wear my linen wrap pants again. Of course, it's getting into the autumn where I'm not going to be wearing wrap pants or linen pants. That's more of a summer thing. But it's okay. I should have a little bit of time. They fit me again. I tried them on and I'm very happy. I'm glad I took the time to fix it. If I had just sewn it right the first time, I wouldn't have had to fix it at all. So there's my lesson. Especially a pattern like this. There was no pattern. I just cut and did and thought, oh, it's going to be good enough. And maybe I should have taken a little bit more time with it. This striped linen is really lovely. It's beautiful, beautiful fabric. I work with linen a lot. Part of the fun of sewing with this stripy fabric was matching up all of these stripes. My pocket starts here and I wanted to make sure it lined up. Also, another reason why I don't want to move the pockets, because the pockets are made for that spot on the stripes. And if I moved them, I would need to cut new pockets. It's not that I don't have the fabric to do that, because certainly there's enough fabric to cut away, but this works. I think this is a good idea. I've got more coverage with the front panel, so there's a significant overlap where this open sides come together. But that was it. So a short project. It should have been a one-day project. It should have been like a 1-hour project, but I didn't have an hour, so it's done now. Yay! Thanks so much for joining me today. I am grateful for you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.